Yeah, hi pipe smokers. Happy February 13th. Yeah. Let's start something on fire. I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Yeah. So we have some Black Frigate from 7/19 of 2021, which is just to die for, and I have that in my Rat Rays Hail to the King bowl number, I think it's 36. Bowl number 37. That is full of Latakia, Orientals, and one other thing I forgot. Let's set it on fire. And it is Tuesday night, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Gotta even love the charlight of this. I haven't smoked this Black Frigate in a long time, and I haven't smoked my Rat Rays Hail to the King pipe in a while. Look at the briar on that pipe. that pipe doesn't go cheap. All right. But, if you want something good, pay up. Yeah, so, over the last year or two, there's been a lot of news on people doing these magic mushrooms. Have any of you ever done magic mushrooms? I never have. But it's got psilocybin or something like that in it. And, I spent about an hour tonight, reading through the studies, how it's, cured people from depression, anxiety, especially alcoholism. It changes the mind somehow. So in a couple of states, they've decriminalized it. There's companies out there that are making it in gummies. You can just order the regular mushrooms. You can order the mushroom spores. You can order chocolate bars with it in it. I've watched people on YouTube take trips on this stuff. I've watched scientists and very highly educated people who have studied this, and they're all kind of pro. As long as you don't go overboard and use it. I don't know, they have their own medical ways of using it. One very intelligent lady was saying that, if you eat some magic mushrooms or whatever, cycloblend, but I forget what the active ingredient is. If you're in the woods, you'll hear the water and, the sounds of the woods more clearly. And I don't know. Anybody ever try it? If so, I'd love to hear your experience, I think I'd be afraid to try it, but, as I've gotten older, I don't know if I had enough evidence and so forth on it. I might be willing to give it a go once and see what happens. I know it sounds crazy. I don't even smoke marijuana. It is natural, though. Oh, yeah. This Black Frigate is good. Be back in a nanosecond. Oh, yeah, we're back. Yeah, so, watch this video on from one of the owners of Schedule 35, and they actually grow their own organic mushrooms, which contain that cycloben or whatever it is. And they have teas and chocolates and all kinds of stuff. And I continue to research it a lot. Been a lot of research going on since the 1930s on this stuff. But it doesn't enter any of the medical schools. This stuff grows naturally. The Indians have used it for thousands and thousands of years, and a lot of their spiritual traditions and so forth. And I'm kind of wondering why wouldn't they bring that stuff in medical school? Why wouldn't they bring it up? Maybe because the drug companies are making way too much money, and this might be something that, I don't know, maybe God put on the earth to responsibly use. I don't know. I'm not condoning it. I'm just asking the question. It's quite interesting. I'm going to keep my research up on this. Well, this pipe is well, I mean, it's not broken. I've owned it for maybe a year and a half or so. We're going to let it rest a little bit. We have this Everyman pipe, which has some Revolution tobacco in it. Oh yeah, it's kind of an English blend. Latakia Rich. Was gifted to me by Mark Hill, yeah, on 1/2 of 2024. Smells and looks just divine. We're going to start that on fire. But first, we must clear the palate. When was the last time you heard Paul the Pipe Guy say that? But we'll. Cheers. Here's a Busch beer for you. Oh, yeah. And Mark had this sent to me. Says specially blended for Paul the Pipe Guy, which I thought was pretty cool. I'll never let that 10 go. So this cycloben ingredient, I believe it's referred to, I'm probably mispronouncing it. And I'm already into the video, so I can't Google it. And these so-called magic mushrooms, through all of the research I've done, which has been really, I haven't shared this with you, but I've researched it for about a year. There seems to have a lot of benefits besides just using it recreationally for fun. There's been clinical studies that have been done where people have actually been cured of depression, anxiety, alcoholism, drug addiction. Ron White, I don't know if you guys and gals know who Ron White is, but he's a famous comedian. I watched an interview with him, and he's like, yeah, man, he says, I was such a bad alcoholic all my life. And he'd get up there and drink his scotch or whatever he drinks right on stage. He says, every time I tried to quit drinking, I couldn't get past 7 or 8 months. He says, then I found out about, the mushroom thing. He says, so I signed up for it. He says, what the heck do I got to lose? He says, we went to this island, beautiful Caribbean island. And, the first day you get to know everybody else that's there. I suppose this is for rich people. He says, then they have a big campfire, the stars are out, and they give you a huge dose of these mushrooms. And he says, you have a guide. Every person there has a guide, in case you start to flip out a little bit. And he was saying that, oh man, whoa, I'm tripping my balls off. I don't know if I can take this. And the guide was just like, calm down, blah, blah, blah. You can find a story on YouTube about it. Hasn't had a drink in a couple of years. I don't know. I'm going to do some more research on it. Then I guess there's this thing called microdosing with it, where you don't take a huge dose where it makes you fucking see colors and stuff like that. Or just makes you feel uplifted and more confident, and depression, anxiety goes away. You have a feeling of well-being, focus. These are all the things I've learned. I mean, I'm not telling you, BS or nothing like that. Just curious about your thoughts on that stuff. I don't know. I'm personally not a marijuana smoker because I've tried it a few times, and every time I have, man, it's brought my anxiety level up through the roof. I don't know. Some people it evens out. Don't know about that. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. I just don't. We've talked for 15 minutes about drugs. Well, nicotine's a drug too. Alcohol's a drug. You know, you look at, and I've done research on this, Latakia, which is pipe tobacco, when you smoke it, it does give you a feeling of calmness and relaxation. It's been proven. I've read studies on it and so forth. Back in the old days, a lot of people liked just pure Latakia mixed with rum and then let it soak there. Couple, 2-3 months, and then dry it out. Oh, that's what we're doing with RPG 64. Mentioned this before. Let me run down through it again. RPG 64 has 7 parts of Latakia, 3 parts of Bright Virginia, 1 part of Oriental, 1 part of Black Cavendish, and 1 part of Perique, and about an ounce of rum in that small amount. And let me tell you, it soaked it right up. We're going to let it sit in there. I've done other blends with whiskey and rum, and I've had success. I had one guy. I don't know if he's still subscribed or not. I don't know, a couple years ago, he's like, I don't know, man. I've tried to mix rum and different things in with my tobacco, and it doesn't work. It's like, you got to get the rum topping or whatever. No, you don't need a rum topping. Look, I've tried it. I've got 4 or 5 blends down in my living room with Kentucky whiskey, bourbon, and, rum. And they all turned out great, man. I don't know what this guy was doing with his blends, but I know mine turned out good. Tried them out. I got a batch right now. I can go down and freaking open up and but I'll tell you what, man. That's over. This RPG 64 is, 3, 4, 5. It's over. It's about 60% Latakia. 60%. Mm-hmm. Man, just want to get my pipe going good. I gotta pee. No, I'm almost 60. I ain't gonna try to hold it. I'll be right back in a nanosecond. Oh yeah, this Revolution stuff is good. Thank you, Mark Hill. Oh man. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Then we got Thursday and Friday and then the weekend. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I think tonight I'm gonna make myself a nice steak with little white potatoes fried up in butter with paprika and salt and pepper. Some green beans. Make enough for dinner tonight and for lunch tomorrow. Oh, man. That's so good. Ah, thanks, Mark Hill. Well, 6:30. I'm going to relax. Paul the Pipe Guy, over and out.